Hey guys, Bound to Divide here, and today we're going to be working on a little bit of ear candy for a track that I'm working on. And I just want to show you a few methods that I use to make some really nice ear candy for tracks. But first, I'm just going to play the track all the way through so you can hear what we're working with. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so that's the track we're working with, and I think Parts of it are really full and parts of it could use a little bit of ear candy, especially like the intro and this section. So that's where I'm mostly going to be working, trying to fill it out a bit. All right, so the first method I want to talk about is using material that's already exists inside the project, and we're going to resample it and basically turn it into new material. And the reason this is great is that everything that you resample from your track is going to already be in key with your track, and it's going to already fit because everything that's there already does fit. We can use pretty much anything. I mean, sound is just sound. So any one of the melodic elements, I think, are a good place to start. I'm actually going to start with the main thing, which is the chords here. And I'm just going to resample these, basically, record them to audio, and then manipulate that audio to create cool little effects. So I'm just going to make a new channel underneath these. I'm going to arm it, and then I'm going to just hit resampling. And now that this is soloed, I'm going to hit record. And maybe I'll go to a place where the filter's more open and do it there. Let's see if it sounds any different down here. I think that's about as open as it gets. Okay, so let's grab this one because it's a bit more open. I'm going to use it here in the intro. And so now we've got this audio, and we can manipulate it however we want. We can pitch it down or up. I think maybe pitching it up is a good idea. I'm going to go up 12 semitones. And then you can also play with like the speed of it, so try dividing it by 2. You can reverse. And something there might sound cool laid into the track, especially if we start adding like delay and reverb to it. So I'm just going to shorten this, and let's just feel where it feels like maybe we need something, because kind of we've heard this this chord progression repeat twice now, and so it would be nice to have something pop in that kind of adds something new to the track. So just on its own, dry like that doesn't make any sense. I can kind of imagine it fading in a bit like this, and just maybe using 1 or 2 notes. But let's grab a big delay. Make it ping pong, just bring up the feedback on it quite high. Then I'm going to filter that and like take out a bit of high end and low end. Okay, I don't like how bright it is. I want it to be not the focus, so pushing it back, taking out some high end, turning it down a bit would help. It's quite nice. Okay, then maybe we can do something similar with another element. We could even reuse this, say, like in this section here, and instead of pitching it up 12 semitones, we pitch it up 7 semitones, which is a fifth above the root note or the tonic. It should still sound in key, but maybe we have to scrub around and find a different few notes if it doesn't sound nice. Yeah, that sounds quite nice. I think maybe we can open this up and do a bit of a longer one here. I'm going to put another EQ after this because I kind of feel like it's got too much mid-range in it. And in terms of effects, like this is pretty basic. You can get it a little more interesting. One thing I like to try always is to automate the delay timing, and that can you create like really nice pitch effects as long as you have the mode set to repitch. So yeah, let's just listen to this, and I'm going to flick from 3 down to 1, and we'll hear how that sounds. That sounds pretty cool. Could maybe use that. That sounds out of key. So let's go back from 3 to 1. Maybe having a reverb after that is a good idea. I'm going to use convolution reverb. Convolution reverb is great for things like this, especially the section where it's called experimental. Some of these actually sound more like delays and stuff. So let's try this one. We're going to bring up the gain, the dry wet a bit. Yeah, I quite like that. Sounds pretty cool. I actually really like this, but without all that mid-range. Yeah, that's actually a really nice sound. So let's use these two, and I'm gonna probably use those again somewhere else in the track just to create some sort of familiarity. I don't like having one-off sounds in tracks. I like to have them reappear at least once or twice. So I'm gonna now listen to this section and see if I want to add these sounds back in there. Maybe having this kind of repeat like this would sound good. So we hear it and then it's gone for a section, then it comes back, then it's gone, then it comes back. Okay, but now these ear candies are kind of feeling a little bit lonely, so I think we need to add some more stuff. So let's go into another technique. That other technique that I like to use is just finding random sounds and manipulating them and playing with them to just add some character to the track. So my method for this is really to just go through my sample library, and I'll just go into the everything bundle here, and I'm just going to search any key. I guess it's probably best to choose the key that you're in, although you could just transpose stuff. It's probably quicker to find stuff that's already in key. So I'm in B minor, so I'm just going to search B mine and see if something pops up. Let's see in sample packs. Synth loops. Okay, so I'm going to throw that in there. Let's also grab this. Let's see what else there is. I'm going to use that. Guitar loops might be good. Yeah, let's grab a guitar loop. And maybe that one. The idea here is to really manipulate these and make them sound in a way that nobody would ever know where they came from. And you can go as far as getting pretty wild with this. I mean, you could take a famous pop song and although it's illegal to do this technically because you're using the master recording in your track, you could manipulate it in such a way that it is completely unrecognizable, pitched 5 octaves away from where it's supposed to be, reversed, key changed, distorted, then put through a granular synthesizer or something. You're just really taking material like sound and using it as a source, and the idea is that it's not going to sound anything like it sounded in its original form. So let's have a look at this one. I'm just going to use this first thing, and let's see how it sounds maybe an octave higher. I'm going to try stretch it out. So I'm going to go ×2. Reverse it. I actually quite like the reverb tail that's in there. Let's try putting that through a big delay. Quite like that. Kind of thinking I'm gonna record this and then reverse that long reverb tail or the delay tail and use that as a different kind of sound source. So I'm going to reverse that now, and I'm going to put that there. Let's just turn this one off. So now we're going to hear this sound, and then this is going to kind of fill in that gap after that delay fades out. Okay, I want to add delay back in there. And I'm going to start filtering this a bit, making it a bit, well, not so bright. Filtering is great, especially if you start using resonance, and distortion can also sound really nice. I'm just going to use a little bit of resonance and sweep this down and see how it sounds. I think I might actually use this similar filtering on this one. And that's going to give it a feeling like it's in the same space. We can also add a little bit of a LFO movement to this to kind of have that filter moving up and down. Do the same thing here. Still think there's a bit too much mid-range in this sound. Maybe that resonance needs to come down. So I panned this one left over here. It might be cool to have this go to the right. So I'm actually just going to throw a utility on this and automate that utility. So we don't want to automate gain, we want to automate balance. So let's have this one panned left, like 25, and this one panned right. Could even have that sweeping across like this. And I'm going to put another delay on after this at the end. I kind of want that delay tail to be a bit longer. I actually don't like the LFO on there, so I'm taking that off. Okay, let's start doing something else with these other sounds. I think you can just take this and put it here, and maybe turn this into something rhythmic that is just sitting sort of in the background. This is really low down, so I'm going to pitch it up like 24. And I'm just going to loop like one note. I'm just bringing this loop race down. Maybe we can loop like 2 notes or 3. Let's bring down the volume. We've already got a delay on there. Let's make it ping pong. I think I'm going to resample that delay tail and use that. So let's go resample. And what we could actually use is that freeze function. So we just hit record and then freeze it. Okay, now I'm going to turn that delay off. And now we've got this like never-ending delay tail that we've made. Probably want to put it in time with the beat, so I'm just going to turn this off and listen to it. It actually sounds pretty cool, I think. Let's try looping this in a nice way here. Yeah, so we could use this maybe in the intro and fade it in or something. Filter it. Kind of throwing the rhythm of the chords off a bit, so I'm not too sure about keeping it in this way, but maybe we can use it more as like just like a little build-up thingy over here. So what I'm going to do is add another plugin on here, maybe a big reverb sound. Let's go for convolution reverb, and let's go for bigger spaces. And I'm just looking at the time here. It's 9.7 seconds. That's pretty big. I want a big one. Well, this one's 10 seconds. Let's hear how that sounds. It's kind of not very bright. Not really feeling that. Maybe we just need a little blip of sound here. I'm just going to play around a bit and see if one of the pitches sound better. I quite liked 7. Maybe we just use a little shorter section of it. Let's try a grain delay. Grain delay might be fun. Try some of these out. Put them on here. Try bubbles out. Let's try this. Going to load up a few of these and just try them out. Let's try the pitch at 0 for that. Sounds pretty cool. Bring down this. Try bringing down the random pitch. Okay, that's a pretty cool effect. So yeah, we'll use that somewhere here. Maybe throw that in over here. Yeah. Okay, and then just basically keep repeating different ideas here, trying different sounds. Let's pitch this one way up. Turn down the gain. Let's try reverse that. Turn it way down. Just little sounds that like pop in and out every once in a while. And just add some character to the track. Let's turn that down even more. I have a feeling the guitar loops are going to sound really cool with this effect on them. I need to go a lot quieter. There's a section here. I quite like that. See how that would sound maybe in the intro. This is all the way down. Let's bring that up. Not so sure about there, but maybe later on in the track. Filter out some of that low end. Okay, let's hear one of something else. Okay, maybe we can use this and create some cool effects for the breakdown. Okay, so I think this over here could kind of work as a nice transition from this section into this section. We've already got this little vocal thing. I don't want to forget about it and overshadow it. So maybe we can push this like really far back. I'm going to put it on a new channel, and I'm actually not going to change the pitch or anything. But I am going to push it way, way back with reverb. Let's try 100% wet reverb. Turn this all the way down. Make it big. And let's EQ this a bit. Let's try putting like an auto pan on it. Bring up this rate a bit. something like that. See how this sounds. I think there's too many things happening at the same time here, but maybe over here. Over here. Let's try it actually a bit earlier. Could maybe kind of repeat this over and over. And fade it in or something. Let's see. Yeah, I quite like that. I think with a big delay would sound cool, like on eighths. I don't know what you call this. I think this is like, yeah, it's 8/16. All right, so let's go and ping pong, add some feedback. It's like kind of in the background, sounding pretty good. So yeah, this is my general process, is mostly just about using sound sources and manipulating them to keep on creating general purpose ear candy. One last final technique that I like to use, and that is using synth like Omnisphere or something. Usually I use Omnisphere for this, just because it has a wide sort of variety of synth sounds. But in this case, we can maybe try one of the PML packs and see how this sounds. So I'm going to load up Diva, and we're just going to be basically using random presets and using them like little one-shots. So let's go here into third party, and I'm going to use Circle Volume 2, and let's just go through and find something that sounds cool. Thinking maybe like softer sounds, like pad sounds. That'll work great. Okay, so for this, what I like to do is kind of just place harmonically thought out like single notes. So instead of making big chords, which is what people generally do with pads, I'm going to go into the piano roll and kind of just place like a note on B, and then further on, say a note on the third, which is D, and then maybe we go back and place a note on B, and then up here we can go up to the fifth, F sharp, and maybe repeat that. And this is almost, I guess, like creating some sort of a harmonic bed for the track. It's not in your face, or it shouldn't be at least, but it's kind of just changing the overall harmonies a bit. Maybe you want to add some extra notes. Let's try something like down here. Let's just hear how this sounds. Let's take it an octave higher. I think the attack might be a little bit long on this because those other notes weren't coming in, so I'm just going to bring down the attack. And I'm going to bring down the envelope amount. I quite like it to come down here. So this is almost like melodic in a way. I'm going to EQ it a little bit, push it back and make it a bit more smeared out. And again, adding a bit of delay to this. Yeah, it's a bit too much, so I'm thinking, and that sound, this one I didn't really like, so I'm just going to bring that away. Let's take out more of that mid-range. And I want to add a really bright or sparkly reverb. Typically I'd use shimmer, like Valhalla shimmer for this, or black hole reverb. Actually, I'm going to use this black hole. So instead of playing that note down there, I think up here it'll sound nicer, an octave higher. Maybe up on the so some of those notes sound really nice in there, and they're really sort of right in the background, so they don't become like a melodic phrase. That's the most important thing here, is that you don't want to be forgetting about your original idea and making stuff that's sitting in front of it and confusing the melody. So some of these notes sound really nice. I think even higher on this one. And then you could play this phrase on the same sort of phrase that we've made on a different synth patch and create some new ear candy. And this is really fast and easy way to get some dynamics into the background of your track. So try something else. Let's see. That's pretty cool. Maybe a little bit high, go down an octave. I like that. Think over here maybe. I'm going to turn this down because it's pretty in your face. Let's try bring these back into the breakdown. One thing that's just popped into my mind that you might want to try is making these sort of things rhythmic. And so you could group these synths, and instead of them always just being these like long smeared out phrases, you could add something like a tremolo. And if you search tremolo in Ableton, you can just find this, which is actually autopan, just with the phase set to 0. And then we could do it like a downward saw shape and set it to like 16ths, for example. And then you start getting a bit more of a rhythmic sound, which if I boost the volume of it, you'll hear it can sound pretty cool in a track. Let me just boost this way up so you can hear it when it comes in. So you could even automate that. I think it sounded really cool over here. Kind of fading it in to 100%. And the volume actually sounds quite nice. It's almost like a new element in the track that's maybe a bit more at the front. So in the beginning we can bring the volume down. So I'm just going to make sure that's set to 0. You can right click, edit value, and hit 0. And then the volume will come up as we get into this section. So yeah, let's run with that. And here I'm going to start fading this back, down and out. And I'm going to play all the way from here through to here so we can hear how this sounds all together. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I got the feeling that I kind of wanted to run this through the track and just copy this into this section, and it sounded really nice. I know I said initially I would only play it until here, but then as it was going, I just ran with my feeling of continuing and pasting it across. And I think everything that we've done actually fits the track really nice, so I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. And I'm almost certainly use this as it is in the final version of this track. So yeah, when it comes out, maybe you'll recognize some of this stuff. Maybe some of it will change. Okay, so that's pretty much most of the techniques that I use on all of my tracks for Ear Candy. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned a bunch, and I'll see you around in tutorials and more courses, I'm sure, on PML and otherwise. Thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely day.